So we have a wonderful audience today, nice varied crowd, and we hope to have a wonderful contest today. So, if you're now feeling very warm and welcome, it is now time to forget all those feelings because you're going to be welcomed by a much bigger person. He's so big that he needs no introduction. Please put your hands together for our Division Head Director, Toastmaster Joseph Stanley.
Vanakkam, Namaskaram, Namaskar. Did I miss anyone? Welcome all to Division H Harmony. First thing first, I would like to thank my sponsor, distinguished Toastmaster Ram Mohan Rai. Where is he? If he has not invited me, I won't be there standing here. And I would like to thank Sunny will be here in any moment. I would like to thank my coach and guru, Vinod Pishoram, and every member of Toastmasters in the last 11 years of my journey. Because of your support, your help, I'm standing here. So thank you one and all. When we look at this particular contest, my mind goes back 10 years. Those days, Ram used to say a word. I think I should ask Ram to pronounce it because I don't know whether I'm pronouncing the word correctly. Kamadatre, right? Kamadatre. This word is being said and I really felt the meaning. The meaning is the feeling of friendship together in a group. And we took it very seriously in the division when we took up the assignment. And we made it as a ritual each time when the division members meet.
Yes, harmony. 2 days back when I was trying to prepare my MC script, I was wondering what to write about harmony. So I just Googled harmony and I found 3 definitions. Definition 1 says, in music, harmony is a process by which the superposition of sounds is analyzed by hearing. Second one said, in art, harmony is the balance of texture, space, form, line, and movement in a pleasing composition. And the third one said, in life, harmony is working together and creating and recognizing beauty through differences.
Face it today. And after the sumptuous breakfast, forget the idli sambar. We vegetarians did manage with croissants and fruits as well.
Impact. Contest chair, judges and my dear friends, Toastmasters has improved my listening skills. In our meetings and at work too. And at home, listening is what I do. First up, this is my colleague, Nelson. I used to carpool with Nelson in my early Qatar days. The morning was bright. I was fresh, frisky, and full of energy. Then, I met Nelson. Hello, Nelson. How are you?
Birthday or a weekend away from the hustle and bustle of our academic life. We always went back, and following that Christmas, there were many occasions where I found myself going there and enjoying my time with my adopted brothers and sisters. First, there was Nitya, who is a very successful engineer, but at the time mesmerized us as a Bharatanatyam dancer and a superb cook. My brother Andrew from Zimbabwe, who is now a Yale graduate of international law, was a beautiful singer and guitarist. Then there was my brother Jonas from Germany. He shared my passion for the environment and went on to Harvard and now teaches in Beijing, China, of all places on earth. we all became brothers and sisters, and we all enjoyed Nitya's cooking. My dear friends, do you often wonder what is it exactly that brings strangers together to become friends, and even deeper than that, brothers and sisters, as we say, from another mother? For the Wades, like thousands of others around the world, it is that choice to go out of your way and make someone's day a little bit better with simple things that we don't think much of at the time, but turn out to be some of the greatest blessings in life. A warm, home-cooked meal, a night of meaningful conversations, or a warm and friendly voice to tell us that everything will be all right when it's just not our day. The great Maya Angelou said, "People will forget what you said. People will forget what you did. But people will never forget how you made them feel." On my very last day with my host family, Sherry and I were sitting on the front porch at night as I was getting ready to fly back home to Jordan. And what she told me that night resonated in my mind, and I will never forget her words. She confessed to me that at first, she herself was hesitant to host me into her home. As strange as I found that, she then told me, after she found out more about me, my family, and my life back home, and after seeing how little Mira took an instant liking to her puppy, she absolutely changed her mind. So my friends, again, what is it exactly that brings people together, strangers, to become friends and family? It is a special kind of magic. A magic that transcends borders, cultures, and traditions to bring puppies, kittens, and hamsters all together to celebrate the single most important thing in life, the fact that we are all human beings.
Without fail, everyone would say, "I regret not living my life true to myself." That did make an impact on me. So I slowly rewinded the tape of my life. And what did I see? As I was looking, I would see a beautiful idea pop up in my mind. And I would take it. I would work on it. I would explore it. And then I would get some bubble wrap it up, and put it in the attic. A few minutes later, another idea would come up. Some more bubble wrap, another collectible to my attic collection. Hey, what was I doing? I stopped. And I entered my attic. The dusky, musky smell overcome my senses. Yet I took the courage to step in. All my ideas were there. Well, most of them had already crumbled. But this one, it was still fresh. So I opened it up, got rid of all the cobwebs, and yes, this was the one. I wanted to make an app that would be linked to a backend database, bringing data to people where they need it, when they need it. It would be so amazing. And I had started working on it. But then the ghosts came. You'll never be able to do this. You'll fail. This is useless. You don't even have time for all this. Come on. And that's when I wrapped it up. So true, so true. I left it there, and in that disappointed mood, I went to meet my friend and mentor, Melvin. He looked at me and asked me, "Hey, what's wrong?" And as I narrated it to him, he had a smile on his face. And rather than giving me some sagely advice, he asked me a question. Do you want to die rich, or do you want to die poor? Is that a trick question? Rather than giving me advice, he asked me a second question. Do you know which is the richest place on this earth? Fort Knox. No. Switzerland. No. How about Qatar? No. Then you tell me. He told me the richest place on this earth is the graveyard. You want to see a multi-million-dollar treasure trove? Go there. So many unused ideas, so many untouched ideas. It's all in there. I'm quite smart, I understood. Melvin, I understand what you're saying. But what about the ghosts? Denzel, when you tried to stand up and you fell, did you give up? And today you're running. When the words did not come out of your mouth and you were blabbering, did you stop trying to speak? Look at you today. What's stopping you today? I think those words found their mark. I went home and with renounced zest, I started working on the app again. Yes, the ghosts came in, but now my focus was in my app, not the ghosts. And slowly, magic happened. The universe opened its floodgates. Where there was no way, I saw a highway. Where there was no light, it suddenly became bright. Impossible slowly became possible. Today, my app is almost ready. My dream is almost materialized. Today, I live like a king. And when my day comes, I know I'm ready and I'm happy to end up dying poor. Ladies and gentlemen, look around you. Look around you. All these little things. They were once ideas in somebody's mind. And if these people had taken these ideas to the grave, what a miserable world we would be having here today. Truly speaking, I do not wish that you die. Nor do I wish that you end up poor. But I sincerely do wish that every idea that you have, you chase it. You express it. And you expend it. So that when your day comes, you end up dying poor. And in your wake, you leave an enriched world.
Officers and other members participating in this parade. It is an opportunity to showcase their solidarity and affinity to the clubs. Carrying the club banner and walking down the aisle and standing on the stage with counterparts from other clubs is a matter of pride, honor, and immense joy. Are you all ready? Yes. Please follow this. As per announcement, each area director needs to come onto the stage with area banner. Similarly, when I announce the club name, the president, VP Education and VP Membership should come together to the stage with their club banner. Respective club members should follow them and gather below the stage. And area 22. We have 4 clubs under area 22, Konkan Toastmasters, President, DTM Malini Saini, then DTM MI Farid and DTM Ram Mohan Roy. Next, Zeal Toastmaster Club. Toastmaster Club. Zeal Toastmaster Club celebrated its first anniversary in this February. Toastmaster Seema Bharatwaj, Toastmaster Seema Bajaj and Toastmaster Alka Shukla. Please come on to the stage. Next, area 20, they implemented green meeting.
Who's taking the photo?
Toastmaster Muhammad Sharif, Toastmaster Fausia Hamzat and Toastmaster Naseem Mepar. Please come on to the stage. Next, Better Communication Toastmasters. Better Communication Toastmaster Club was started in the year of 2012. Toastmaster Nafisa Emmar and Toastmaster Munira Abdullah. Toastmaster FCC Vanita Naufel, Toastmaster Joy Matai. It is the later Qatar Advanced Toastmasters Sultan.
This side, girls, move this side. Big hand to Aurora, please. Hey, girls.
Please join.
This side, come this side. Corner.
Members, please join.
This way. Not members, not.
BP Education Toastmaster Lata Ramakrishnan, Toastmaster Shikra.
Women power.
Shihan is there with us.
Started with 25 members, they received the President Distinguished Club Award for the year 2014-15. Established on Toastmaster Jaleel Mangai, VP Education Toastmaster Marathon and VP member is Toastmaster Murali Mohan Pankam. Please come on to the stage. They are marching strongly towards 325th milestone meeting. Toastmaster Club started in January 2018, aspiring to be the role model Arabic club in Qatar. Toastmaster Anas Ahmed, Toastmaster Fatima and Toastmaster Hamada Lutfi.
I'm in a hurry to get everywhere, and my children call me Psycho. Contest Chair, fellow Toastmasters, the Toastmaster Korea. Thank you for that awakening statement. Don't rush through life. You put that topic really well by bringing in those examples. You started off by describing the problem itself with a nice quote and then summarizing it with what are we rushing for, followed by the great examples of the accident. I love the way you described it, where you talked about how you were stuck in traffic and you didn't mention anything about the accident itself till the very end. So a great way of putting it to keep the element of surprise. The other thing that I liked about your speech was that you followed it up then with an example of somebody who did not rush through life and how that helped her as opposed to you. In your body language and delivery, what I liked were some of the gestures like you had. That was very good, where you used your hands. And I also loved your beautiful voice. It rings so well and you use pauses to such a good extent that it is really powerful when you stand on the stage. So So hats off to you on all those qualities. I have a couple of suggestions for you, just because we are all trying to get there to be a champion one day. The first suggestion I have is in terms of the speech content. You can think of making it a little bit more humorous in some way. Maybe you can say, everybody told me to look into Instagram, but I'm at work, so I just checked around if my boss is anywhere nearby, and then look through the Instagram. So you can find ways to make it funny. That's a suggestion. You can work on a pronunciation, and I sense a slight sense of grammar issues, which you can work with on your mentor, and you can refine that. The other suggestions that I had for you is mainly in terms of the delivery of the speech itself. In the delivery of the speech, what I felt is you can use pace a little bit more. When you described the cars were rushing, the black one, and then the white one, and after that, boom! Make an impactful delivery by talking faster, by using words and raising your pitch. That will actually add a very good impact as a speaker for you. So those would be my suggestions in terms of speech delivery as well as in speech content. Having said that, I must say that I really enjoy all of your speeches. To conclude, I would say that you have a very good speeches with great speech content. You talk about very good examples. You can add on a little bit more examples of your personal life, which I noticed were missing, probably because you're an introvert, but that's okay. But if you just work on your voice as well as on the humor, I think you will be a great speaker, and I take away a great message. Don't rush through life. Over to you, understand?
We are all rushing through the field, running across to the other side. But how many of us have stopped to smell the roses? Fellow Toastmasters, Mr. Contest Chair, ladies and gentlemen, and our guest speaker, Toastmaster Korea. You have reminded us of a beautiful lesson in life, that these flowers that we often ignore in the hustle of bustle that is life are worth stopping and thinking about. And therein lies the very first strength of your beautiful speech this evening. How relatable the topic is to every single person in this room. You managed to capture our attention from the very beginning with a quote, and through the use of everyday situations, you were able to remind us that we should really stop, organized speech, that made use of daily situations that everyone can relate to. But what could have made those flowers smell even better? When you talked about being stuck in traffic, again, every one of us can relate to that situation. You could have enhanced the example by maybe acting out what people can do while stuck in traffic in the car. Looking outside the window, playing with their phones. A little bit more emphasis on describing the situation could have elevated your use of that example. And the same applies to the reference to your colleague at work. You could have had more purposeful use of the stage area. For most of the time, you were moving from side to side. And while doing that, you were looking either up or down. So you can relate more to the audience by better eye contact and improved body language. For your conclusion, I was looking for a stronger call for action, because the topic is so important. A much stronger conclusion would have given it that extra push. So to sum up, a well-organized topic, a very relatable one with good use of daily examples, but with better use of the stage area, emphasis on your body language and eye contact. These beautiful flowers you have picked for us will bloom and make you blossom into the beautiful Toastmaster that you are. Over to you.
Toastmasters. Some speeches create impression. Some speeches create realization. Some speeches create revelation. Thank you for the speech of revelation, making us understand that we should enjoy every moment and we should live in the present. Thank you, Toastmaster Karina. I love the introduction. Very catchy and attention grabbing. Nature never rushes, but gets everything done. By your introduction, you took us all through the journey which we encounter every day. I'm sure almost every one of us face the same challenge of waiting in the queue, waiting in the traffic jam, and wherever we go. Her speech had the content had the slices from real life, where we could connect to your speech very easily. And even she visualized the image of the black car and the white car driving through, and we are waiting in our car, waiting for our turn, and we should go or we should travel along with you through the scene. I also like your gestures, very beautiful gestures through which she used the phone, say, browsing through the phone, Facebook, and enjoying the friends' photos. Even the rhetorical devices, hell to heaven, haste to waste, those were very beautiful usages. She used the story beautifully, took us on through simple language, beautiful gestures, and with a powerful message, enjoy the present. To make this speech a better one, I think conclusion is a point where you encapsulate the whole speech. I think your ending was a little abrupt, where you cannot give the punch through your powerful conclusion. If you work on the conclusion, and if your message was very crystal clear, I think it would have given more lasting impression. And there were a lot of opportunities for dramatization. You had the colleague, your friend Mary, and you had the characters from your life. If you could dramatize a little more, if you could take us a little more through the journey, I think the speech would have been a little more, the speech would have given more impression to us. So in conclusion, I feel your speech had a powerful message, you had a powerful introduction, and very beautiful usage of gestures, phrases. But if you work on the conclusion and a little more preparation, I think you will go to the higher level. Thank you. Over to you.
The panel of judges, fellow Toastmasters, and the speaker, Toastmaster Karina. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Toastmaster Karina, what a beautiful speech. What a inspirational and motivational speech you gave this afternoon. Let us give a thunderous applause to Toastmaster Karina. Toastmaster Karina, you open your speech with a beautiful quote. Nature do not rush until everything is done. So why you are rushing in your life? There is no point of hurrying in life. Enjoy at present. Live at present. Be patient. Be happy. This is what I exactly like in your speech. The beautiful content and the message itself was really attracting the audience, the whole audience. You know, you well connected quickly with all of us. You know what is that? The traffic. In Qatar, we are famous about traffic, yes? One of the experiences that you had traffic problem, you well connected us quickly to the speech. Really appreciate that effort. And you know, you took the personal experience of your colleague's story, Mary, saying that she's a person enjoying coffee every morning at office and talking to everyone. One day she disappeared, nobody knew that, what happened to her, everybody was searching for her. And you realized through Instagram that she married one of your colleagues. So you didn't know that even though she was your colleague, what happened to her. This is what is happening exactly to us also. We don't know what is happening to the neighbors. We don't have time to know or check with them what is happening to our kids, our neighbors, dears. We just pretend to be for unwanted happiness. Avoid it. That doesn't bring us any happiness in our life. I like very much the way your voice modulation have a sweet voice. And as an evaluator, I would like to give some kind recommendations, suggestions as a recommendation. I understand this time on the stage, maybe this might not be your perfect presentation. I'm pretty sure that you will definitely have a better performance than this. You would have opened your hands a little bit more, and you would have actually used the stage, a little more like walking this corner, and would have added a little more conversation, having some actors in this, some more conversation to really bring that stuff in that, the seriousness of this nowadays problem into the audience mind. And I also felt that at some point you're looking down, and also one point I want to tell you is, bring some more power or energy level, increase your energy level, then add some punchline, bring some experiences from great personals, okay? And the message was amazing. Don't be rash, be patient, stick to your time, live at present, enjoy your life. But if you consider all this recommendation that I provided, I'm pretty sure that you can be a champion speaker. All the very best to your next speech. Over to contest chair.
Let's all live this moment in harmony. Contest chair, fellow Toastmasters, a very good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Toastmaster Karina, rush through your life. That was really an apt topic to choose in this 21st era, where 24 hours are not enough for us. That was really an eye-opening speech. And when you were delivering your speech, you weren't rushing through in that. You were peace, calm, well settled. You delivered your speech smoothly. And sitting there, I felt like you were talking to me. You, as a friend, like a friend, you were talking to me because you were so comfortable. I didn't feel like it was something official with your expressions. Oh, that made it right and simple. Very well that. And you had a great speech with great elements. The speech was very well organized with personal stories, motivation, bit of humors, etc. And Toastmaster Karina, you were against rushing, but sometimes we have to rush with our speech to make it to a higher level by following the following techniques. Number one, you are rushing to deliver your speech that you almost forgot about the mic. Before getting onto the stage, see that what all things should be done before we got onto the stage. Get you comfortable with the settings, make sure it's okay. Because once you get onto the stage, the time is for the audience, not for our personal things. Once on the stage, it's focused on the audience. And when you started delivering your speech, you were calm and quiet, calm and peaceful. Clarity of some of the words were missing, and the usage of some words. For example, you said, I was sitting in the queue for the green light to come up. I was waiting in the queue for the green signal to come up. So once the audience has given you the green signal, that is in this busy life, these much people had given their precious 7 minutes to you. Their precious 7 minutes. So as a speaker, it's our duty to make use of every single second. We can do so by practicing our speech more so that we can present it flawlessly and it doesn't seem like we are trying to recollect the things. Your full focus will be on the audience. And that was an eye-opening speech. You have to open the hearts of these people in this afternoon. For that, you have to feel confident, motivated yourself. At last, you were saying that, come on, let's live this moment. Say that with motivation. Say that with full energy. Call the audience for action. To summarize, you had a great speech with good organization, personal stories, and focusing on making use of the full time, practicing more, and getting comfortable with the stage. I'm sure I'll see Toastmaster Karina one day rushing to receive more trophies.
Rush through life. I could see exactly what you were trying to tell us at the very first moment. You were in absolutely no hurry. You took your own sweet time to get everything ready. Trust me, what a way to start. Toastmasters, Contest Chair, and Toastmaster Karina in particular. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
As you delivered your speech today, there were quite a few highlights I noticed in this speech. Let me name a few. The most important thing for you to add in a speech at this level is a personal story. And not one, you have two of them. Well done. Also very important is to have the confidence to stand here and deliver the message to such an auspicious audience. And you had that in spades. Well done again. And very important is when you deliver a speech, it should have a take-home message. And it did have that too. And as I was listening to what you were doing, I felt you were very confident, you were well poised, and you narrated the speech and took us through a journey which finally ended up telling us not to rush in life. But then, I sincerely felt it could have gone a few notches higher. First thing, movement. When you stood on the stage, your movement was more of left, right, front, back, and I felt that it was not purposeful. Whenever you are delivering a speech, your movements should be very purposeful. Like for example, when you move from one story to the other, okay, that's the time to move. When you moved in the traffic, well, that's the time to move. So every movement you have in the speech should be very purposeful. The second thing, eye contact. I did notice that you were looking up a little bit down. It's not that you didn't look at the audience, but more of your eye contact went up to the ceiling, a little bit down. Here is a suggestion. Do you like pizza? Oh man, just imagine one, half a pizza. All right. Divide it into slices and don't eat just one slice. Try to eat all of them. So look here and there and there and there. Connect to the audience. It's very important. One more thing is the voice itself. So when you speak, it's very important to add a little bit of drama in your voice. You should modulate your voice, take it higher, bring it lower. When the guy just whizzes past, all that should be modulated. And if you do all this, it would really take your speech a few notches higher. So Toastmaster Karina, you are a confident speaker, but make purposeful movements. Very important. Connect with the audience. And finally, voice modulation. And I am sure we'll go much higher places.
Life rushes through hell to heaven in a matter of seconds. Why are we rushing? Why are we not living in the moment? And what else can care for you or your life if not this speech? Contest chair, panel of judges, and my target speaker, Toastmaster Karina. Good afternoon. Every good speech should make the listeners first listen and then reflect upon the thoughts that were said in that speech. That's what a good speech is like. Karina, I'm sure yours is a very good speech. It made us think, what are we doing? Why are we rushing? Why are you not staying in one place and understanding things? You had a very great eye contact. The speaker, you had eye contact on all the sides, this side to this side. Your eye contact was great. And the topic you chose was very relevant to the audience. In fact, every one of us is rushing through our day, through our food, even while seeing the messages, even through our sleep. We are just rushing each and every day. So the topic is relevant, the message is relevant. Eye contact is great. And every one speech can become a great speech. It's in pure romance. What are we? Corina had a great voice, but she would have used a little modulation in that. When the speaker said the red car was overpassing, she could have added the red car zoomed. That's what actually happens in traffic. So you could have used little voice modulation. And as the speaker said, don't rush through life, but you can move through the stage. Your movement is very limited in the beginning. I was at one point of time thinking that your high heels is going to trip you down. I was so worried about that. And towards the later half of the speech, you moved a little more. But still, this speech called for a lot of stage movement because it is traffic and rushing. And in between, what I saw was you had forgotten your scripts earlier. You were trying to recollect from your memory. So that was actually a traffic snarl in your speech. Traffic was stopping in between. So to conclude, what I will say is you have a great eye movement, you have great content, but with your stage movement and working upon grammar and adding voice modulation will make this good speech a great speech. I hope you will incorporate all these things in your future speeches. Contestant.
Yet everything get done. Contest chair, panel of judges, my dear friends and my target speaker Karina. Good evening. Today Karina took such a topic which can be very well connected with each and everyone here sitting. It can be very well connected with our life. Everybody was rushing and they don't know what for they are rushing. The topic was very well connected with everyone. She organized the speech in a very well way with two personal anecdotes. She gave a good opening with a saying, and then after that with a car story. From that, then the Mary story, the colleague of her, and then she concluded her speech. I consider this speech as an inspirational speech. Considering this, I will evaluate for the positives why, what and why. Karina, you have a good storytelling capacity. When you are explaining the story, I can easily visualize. A video movie was going on top of me. I can easily visualize that. So you have very good storytelling capacity. You use the gestures very well. When you are standing here and you are talking about your colleague's wedding story, you used your gestures like using the mobile phones. How you have reacted to that, everything done very well. The voice modulation, initially it was something like monotonous, but after that, when you entered into the story, there was a good voice modulation as well. Now let me tell you what are the improvement points and how you can do that. First is stage movement. You are almost using this stage. Since you have an opening and two anecdotes and a conclusion, you could have started here, and the second anecdote you could have moved here, and the third anecdote you could have moved here, and then final come to the center stage for the conclusion. Next, initially you are feeling nervous, you kept your hands like this, you showed your nervousness, but somehow you coped, and at the conclusion again you were wobbling for the words. It was a lengthy words. So you are wobbling, but somehow you completed very well. Having said that, to summarize, it was a very well speech which can be easily connected with the audience, with simple words, organized very well, good gesture, good storytelling capacity. Only thing is the stage movement and the nervousness with proper practice can be avoided. With this, I would wish you all success for all your future projects. Over to contestant.
mine too was unearthed. It was an arranged marriage. What can I say? He came, he saw, and he conquered. Also, I let him think that. Because I let him wear the pants, push him to work, so that I can control all the bank accounts. Contest chair, panel of judges, and my dear married veterans. Good afternoon. Last year, we celebrated our 20th wedding anniversary. It was a dual celebration. Back home in India, even my niece was getting married. So we were in India. Oh, the celebrations were at the top level. And as I was enjoying myself in a very grand sari, that afternoon, my auntie comes up to me and says, Anu, now you are a married veteran, huh? What? Now you can advise even the bride. I was stuck at that word married veteran. Married veteran. That word had conjured up an image of me in green military uniform. Old, haggard, all the medals dangling here and there, and finally gravity talking to me. Was I a married veteran? But then, I took the pleasure of watching the bride walk down the aisle in the red Kanjivaram sari, big bindi. I fell in love with her. I couldn't help the gush of love. I ran to her and said, Sindhu, darling, I look just the way you are. 20 years ago. Now Sindhu gave me a weird expression. Auntie, then am I going to look like you in 20 years? Again, that term married veteran came up in big bold letters. As the whole celebrations went along till the late evening, in the reception, I watched the bride and the groom sitting side by side, the bride watching coyly at the groom. Ah, that young and the restless. I was sulking in one corner. I didn't like it at all. My husband, poor thing, recognizing my somber mood, he comes up to me and says, Anu, don't worry. I will do that all over again with you. What? Are you really crazy? It took me 20 years to train you and your mother. Why will I go through that again? As I said this, the married veteran in me enjoyed the new perception. She thought, wow, I had fantastic advantages. My fundamental rights were at the strongest. Fundamental right number 1, freedom of expression. Only we married veterans have the guts to go to husband and say, darling, do you think I need my upper lip and the chin done? And of course he will say, no need, I love you just the way you are. Freedom of expression. Now the poor blushing bride has to get ready in that Victoria's Secret gift I had given her. Waiting by the door with her eyes laid out. Whereas me, I can let it all hang out. In the nightgown. All my husband really cares is about that one dish and cricket match on TV. My work is done for the night. Freedom of expression. Fundamental right number 2, freedom of speech. Oh, who can deny the power of saying no? Darling, are you cooking the dinner tonight? No, I don't want to. Okay, we'll get it from outside. Darling, did you call my mom today? Really, you want that oven in your hands? No. Darling,
No, I'm not in the mood today. Now, this power of saying no is only prevalent in us married veterans. Fundamental right number 3. Oh, freedom of sounds. Who can deny the pleasure of snoring away the whole night at peace? The next day, husband just looks at you and says, I'm so happy you slept yesterday so well. And the freedom of releasing the gas from upstairs and downstairs with sound effect. It is only with married veterans. Now the poor bride has to find one corner and go sneakily. She has to let go. This freedom of sounds, well-trained mother-in-laws, platinum credit cards, shopping sprees in Dubai markets. Well, I had all the advantages of married veteran. Now, as I was contemplating all the fantastic spree I had, I realized that the new bride and the groom came up to me and touched my feet for the blessings. I bless them. You be happy. Love, laughter, everything should fill your life. But then, I was very happy at the samurai struggle the new bride had in her hands. Love your partner. I think only that matters in the end. Nothing else matters. But let me tell you one thing. Married veterans, it really matters that you are controlling all the bank accounts. Contestant.
My diamond necklace, Toastmaster Munira Abdullah.
Before I begin, I have a small request. All the ladies sitting here, could you please go back to your teenage days? What was your expectation about your future life partner during those days? Six-pack? Or one who cooks and cleans the house? Or one who is tall in money stack? Contestant, fellow Toastmasters, panel of judges, and guests. Good afternoon. When I was in my college days, we had a small discussion among our friends about our would-bes. When it was my turn, I said, I want a guy in brown trousers, light pink shirt, and shining brown shoes. Then the bell rang. Here comes our 50-year-old chemistry professor in brown trousers, light pink shirt, and shining brown shoes. When I was about to complete my graduation, I overheard my parents talk about a marriage proposal for me. Abdullah got a job in Kendriya area in Goa. Why can't we propose to him now? Abdullah, I think I knew him because he used to come to my house with my brother. My brother had a habit of taking his friends directly to his bedroom, sit and chat inside. So I had never met him. But whenever he came, I saw his bullet resting in my courtyard. So my parents went ahead with the proposal and one day he came. His shirt was not pink. His trousers were not brown. It's okay, I can understand. But when I looked down, I could see one of his toes through this. We started talking. I'm coming from an ordinary middle-class family. I'm the only educated person in my family. I don't have to depend on my brother, even for my own wedding expenses. Blah, 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 blah. Do you like me? He asked. Bullet, Goa. Bullet, Goa. Bullet, Goa. I was dreaming about sitting in the back seat of the bullet and going around Goa, one of the most beautiful places in India. Munira, after hearing all about me, do you like me or not? He asked again. Why not? I replied. So the marriage was fixed. I started dreaming again. What color of suit matches him? What color of suit he will select? I sat in my laptop and did some Photoshop. Finally, I selected one pink suit. Perfect. Finally, the wedding day arrived. When he came, I couldn't believe my eyes. The color of his suit was... Oh, I am sorry, he was not wearing a suit at all. The color of his shirt reminded me the sand dunes in Sea Lake. Now is the time for the first night. Ladies, what did you expect when you enter your wedding room? I had the same thought. I thought of a warm welcome, darling. Come to start a new life. But to my surprise, he was sitting in the bedroom couch with a heavy book, as if he had a very important test the very next day. Weeks and months passed. It was 21st of December, my birthday. From the morning, I was waiting for a very special gift, but nothing happened. It became afternoon. Nothing happened. When it became evening, I lost all my patience. I decided to open my mouth. Do you know what date is today? Isn't it December 21st or 22nd? It is December 21st, my birthday. Oh, really? Many, many happy returns of the day. Is that all? I thought you would give some gift. Oh, I am sorry, I forgot. He searched here and there, and inside the cupboard he found one cup. Please consider it as a diamond necklace. My first birthday gift. It's okay, I was not silly. Forgetting birthday for once is not a big deal. But next year, on December 21st, the same thing repeated. And the year after. And finally, before 3 months, on December 21st, I had to eat my 20th diamond necklace. Over to the contest.
Exams means more stress to students and parents. Contest means more stress to Toastmasters, your family members, and the mentor who takes your career development more seriously than your parents. Today's totally unstressed contest chair, stressed panel of judges, and very harmonious audience. A good afternoon to you all. 2 weeks before, I called my mentor. Ravi, humorous speeches are enough. Now this year, I want to participate international speech contest and deliver motivational motivational speech. Chandra, this is not your cup of tea, Chandra, but I like your spirit. Go ahead, prepare good speech, speak from the heart, make it motivational. Yes, Ravi, I am preparing the speech. Excellent. What is the topic? My topic is I love my wife. There was a pin of silence. See, Chandra, I already told you, you have to speak from the heart. And motivation? See, Chandra, first, you yourself should get motivated from it. Then only it will connect to audience. But no problem. I like your spirit. Go ahead. Make some strong opening. Find some quote from great leaders. Yes, Ravi. From last 2 days I am searching the quote. But no great leader said anything about wife. So I need your help. No problem. In the evening, you come to my office. And don't come to my home. Your topic is very sensitive. So that evening, I went to his office. He started writing the script. I shared my marriage experiences. He shared his marriage experiences. Both of us got emotional many times. Somehow, we complete our speech. Next day onward, I started preparation. I prepare for body language. I prepare for vocal variety. I completely memorize my speech. As the contest approaching near and near, my stress started increasing. It was becoming very difficult for me to speak a single word about wife. It was continuously reminding me the husband in me. But my mentor was very serious. For more guidance, how to win the contest, he took me to his mentor. His mentor also added his marriage experience in my life. Now, my speech became the mixture of 3 wives. It was going out of my capacity. I decided to quit the contest. But my mentor was continuously motivating me. Winners never quit, quitters never win. My mentor took more load of my contest than me. He was very serious. He could not sleep many nights due to the stress of contest. Slowly, to maintain my spirit, he started taking spirit. One day, my neighbor saw me in the party. Chandrasekhar, you are looking very serious nowadays. Any issue in the office? Everything fine at home? Yeah, everything is fine. I love my wife. Okay, I got it now. See, this may be the reason of your stress. I suggest you, there is one yoga guru in the town who teaches yoga and pranayama. He is well known as Guruji. If you go and attend the yoga, it may relieve your stress. So yesterday I went for the yoga. So Guruji was sitting there. Few people were sitting in front of him. Guruji asked me to sit and participate in the yoga. I also participate in the yoga. Started performing yoga. It was 2-hour session. After some time, I was feeling some hormonal changes happening in my body. It created harmony in my body and mind. In this way, I relieve all my stress. After meditation, there was knowledge session. Guruji said, expectations is the main cause for all the stress. When you got nothing. When you die, you will carry nothing. Then why you expect? I like Guruji's philosophy and I completely released my stress. Here my mentor was raising his expectation from me like anything. He became totally alcoholic. Today he went to same Guruji for the treatment of stress. Over to contest.
Contest chair, panel of judges, fellow Toastmasters, a warm good afternoon to all of you. Good afternoon. All that glitters is not gold. One day after work, I was heading to home. I just opened the mirror of the car and I was looking at myself. Seeing my thick hair, I decided to have a haircut. I had recently moved to the Alwab area and I was on the lookout for a hairdresser. Finally, I found an elegant salon and I went inside. I told him, I need to have a haircut. He told me, I'll do a good job, sir. I told him, did you really look at my head? He said, a kind of, sir. I told him, don't do a heavy job, do a light job. I don't have much left on my head. So the hairdresser started his job. Then he noted the white patches on my beard, like newfound land. This was another business opportunity for him. So he told me, sir, I can make these white patches disappear. So I said, how? He said, I will color your beard. I already started dreaming. Tomorrow in the office, I look smarter. He said, yeah, let's go ahead. So he took a cream and then I looked on it, it was written, apply and wash after 10 minutes. The longer you hold, the blacker it becomes. He started applying the cream on my beard. I waited for 10 minutes exactly. Then I told him, now let's do the washing. He said, sir, we don't do washing here. We don't have that facility. We do only coloring. Look at our signboard, sir. Hair coloring. I was shocked. I took the cream again. It is written, the longer you hold, the blacker. The hairdresser was at advantage. I didn't have time to argue with him. I paid him, rushed to the car and headed to home. Unfortunately, I had to stop at the red signal. And I was a bit worried and started to sweat a little bit. I looked at the car on the left side. That guy was looking at me with wide open eyes. As if I am something blackish, somebody from outer space. So I looked at him and gave him a smile. And sometimes the smile works. That was only what I could do. I headed home. And then my wife, again with the wide open eyes, she asked me, did you go to office or were you playing a drama? I tell, honey, I will tell you later. I rushed to the washroom. And after that I found, my whole face was so black. I went to the office. Everyone is asking me, Naseem, what happened to your face? I told them, I did some coloring and it didn't work out well. And I had a bad day. I was very upset in the office, sitting there because I have to go with this until it fades away. Then I remembered my friend, Ashraf. Something worse happened to him. After all, what are friends for? To console you, right? I met Ashraf at Abu Dhabi Ferrari World when I had gone there with my family. So he had thick, fluffy hair and I was a little bit envious on him. So he told me, I met him, hey Ashraf, it's a long time I didn't meet you. Hey Naseem, nice to meet you after a long time. So how are you here? So he said, Naseem, I am now a registered Dubai tourist guide. I came here with a Western couple, and I need to take them around, and I will come back to you after a while. And I was waiting for Ashraf. It took much longer than expected. So when he came back finally, I asked him, where have you been? I have been here for a long time. So he said, it's a long story. I said, I don't have time to make it short. So Ashraf told me, the Westerners forced me to go on the roller coaster ride. And after they finished the roller coaster ride, the roller coaster of Abu Dhabi is one of the fastest in the world. It goes up to 250 km per hour. After the roller coaster ride, Ashraf tried to tidy up his hair and comb it a little bit, but he couldn't find his hair. So Ashraf understood what had happened. His wig was blown away. The Westerners were looking for Ashraf. Ashraf was looking for the Westerners. Finally, Ashraf found the Westerners, because the other way it's not possible. So he asked the Westerner, sir, I am your tour guide. They said, no way, he was a smarter guy than me. Sir, look at my ID, tourist guide ID. If you minus the hair, see my face is same. Finally, he convinced the Westerners. So he told the Westerners, please wait, I have a job to finish. He went to the lost and found. He found a very beautiful Filipino lady there. He asked the Filipino lady, I need to register a lost and found. So he was feeling a bit shy. So he said, first, I lost my spectacles. Anything else, sir? He said, I lost my hair too. So she, what? I lost my wig, I mean. So she started registering the case and told her, do you know, Ashraf, this is the first time in the history of Ferrari world somebody registered for a lost hair. Then Ashraf told me, Naseem, I have to rush, I have to go back with them. And also, I need to buy a new one before I see familiar faces. And he left. The same Ashraf, he told me, after our plus 2 exam, the ma'am who prepared this exam paper is really brilliant. So I said, what do you mean? Did you perform well? No, what I mean to say is, I will have to come to write this one more time. So friends, be prepared and watch about the facilities you are going to take the service from. Did you assess your energy before listening to my humorous speech? Thank you. Over to the contest chair.
Patients come to me stark naked. Without even speaking to them, I diagnose their diseases, treat them, and have them cured. Contest chair, judges, and curious Toastmasters, can you guess which ology I'm specialized in? Cardiology? Neurology? My apology. I do not practice medicine anymore. Not because I've got fed up of seeing my patients without clothes. I got bored being a veterinary doctor and decided to move on to something more interesting. I still retain the DR tag and has the heart of a vet and animal instincts. I growl when I hear people calling others dogs because it is an insult to the dogs. There are a couple of instances I can give you, and always the animal world and the human world has overlapped, at least for me. Kids with long, thick hair reminds me of sheepdogs, and women with long hair and a catwalk reminds me of Persian cats. A few days back, my cousin came to me. He needed
medical advice on constipation. So I remembered giving castor oil to a constipated elephant. So I calculated his weight and the elephant's weight and told him to take 20 ml. He took the 20 ml and ran to the toilet. For 2 full hours he was in the toilet. For the first time I heard so many animal sounds together. My parents, when I was of the age of marriage, went to see my would-be bride. And from there they gave me a call. And they told me, thin, slender, beautiful, long hair, can't walk. I had no clue where they were. So I told them, very good, buy it. It's a Persian cat. My mother screamed. My daughter was a drunkard when she was born. She was drinking a lot of milk. And my wife was trying to secrete more milk to feed the drunkard. I told her, eat peanut cakes. Works very well with buffaloes. She stared at me like an angry bulldog. And the same is the case with many instances from my life. Let me also give you some practical wisdom from the field of animal sciences. How do you approach your raging wife? Never from the front. Go from the side at a 45-degree angle. Works the same way. But you know why? In the field of animal sciences, you will approach a cow or buffalo only from the side. Do you know why? The cows and buffaloes have their eyes on the sides of the head. So an angular approach will prevent them from getting agitated. Now, I have also some tips for you for leading a happier and easier life. Let me show you some gadgets. Guess what this is? This is called a muzzle. It is used to prevent dogs from biting and barking. Also can be used very effectively for aggressive Toastmasters, like Sebastian. Where is Celestina? Then I have another one for you. Do you know what this is? This is called an Elizabethan collar. You use this on cats and dogs so that after surgery they cannot turn around. Where do you use this? It can be used very effectively when you take your wife out for shopping. Now I have another one for you. Do you know what this is? You cannot see. Doesn't matter, I will tell you. This is a thermometer. It is not an ordinary thermometer. It is a rectal thermometer. I have used this on small animals many times. Where do you use this? On your horrible boss when he is down in bed with fever. Now my friends, though it has been so many years, I have never let go of the aura of being a vet. Even now, I can see some bulldogs and Dobermans and Jerseys. Maybe the only thing we are missing is a tail. Contest chair. Oh!
Dr. Abdul Kalam, dream is not what you see in sleep. Dream is the thing which doesn't let you sleep. My dream in my life, which often disturbed my sleep, was who will transform me from Miss Nirmala to Mrs. Nirmala. Good afternoon, contest chair, esteemed judges, married Toastmasters and unmarried Toastmasters too. After watching Titanic movie at the right moment of my life, my dream in my life is to search my Jack. When my Jack and me sink in the love ship, stretching my arms, my Jack's hand on my hip. Hip? It was a hefty hip. That is when I decided to join the fitness center to transfigure myself a well-structured girl. When the months ran, my calories burned. My dad's money also burned. My desperate dad said to me, Nirmala, I would like to see you settled in life. So tomorrow, a boy is coming to see you. He is the owner of fitness center. It's up to you to decide whether to fix him or not. Owner of fitness center? Oh my God! I thought my Jack will be like six-pack Shah Rukh Khan or six-pack Salman Khan. To my dismay, he was like Dangal Amir Khan. My dream got shattered. I looked at my dad and asked, Dad, now you are aware of my physique. Is there any logic to connect M and triple XL? Finally, I gave a good counseling to my father and handed over a long checklist to select a boy for me. Days went, months went, years went. My checklist also went short, only with two qualities. Number 1, he should be a perfect house husband. Number 2, definitely he should not be Toastmasters like this. Finally, one of my aunt brought an alliance for me. She described the boy, very handsome, humble, polite, and so many other qualities. Most importantly, he never crosses a line. Immediately, my inner voice popped out and said, Nirmala, fix him. When we met for the first time, 1,000-volt electric current was passing through my neurons. But he just gazed at me and asked, is this your original face? Original face? Toastmasters, he meant as of like I was wearing too much of makeup. Here is a break in my story. I need to clarify one issue, Toastmasters, especially to all the gentlemen seated here. All the men are having a stigma that men are naturally handsome and women are beautiful only after makeup. If it is so, look at this photograph. Same foundation, lipstick and eyeshade. Do we look similar? Fix your suggestion later. Now I need to fix my marriage. Anyhow, I needed to be fixed to him. So I wiped off all my makeup and stood in front of him. There, he fixed to the fittest decision of accepting my proposal. We got happily married. As a young couple, we started our life in ecstasy, but soon it became a fantasy. My sweet husband changed his profession from data entry to marketing executive of home appliances in order to learn the tactics of debating with housewives. As the days passed on, I couldn't tackle him by words. One of my experienced friends, Anjali, said, don't worry Nirmala, between couples, actions speak louder than words. So I started working on my physical strength. When night starts, action starts with a blend of Indian and foreign art. Don't misunderstand me. Action number 1, karate. Action number 2, Tang Solo. Action number 3, kickboxing. Due to all this mashup efforts, our better off agreement became bitter off agreement. I was highly depressed. That is when another friend motivated me to join the Toastmasters Club. I fixed to this fittest decision 2 years back. Now, whatever my husband speaks,
I can listen him very carefully and patiently, at least for 7 minutes. After that, I counter him very positively by saying that, darling, I really admire the topic you chose today. You introduced it well and narrated it well in an organized way. But your voice and pitch has gone up in many places. Please take control of it. Instead of using jargons, you should have used some easy rhetorical devices like your dish is seriously tasty and you are the beautiful woman in our family. No, in the entire world. If you are going to take up all my suggestions, definitely I can say that you can transform yourself from satisfactory husband to spectacular husband. So, my dear Toastmasters, I hope that I fixed to all the fittest decisions of my life, which gave me a beautiful experience. So, my dear unmarried Toastmasters, when are you going to get fixed? Don't worry, we were here to help you. Over to you, Anastasia.
I saw a tree coming towards me. I tried to dodge to the left and the right. To the left and the right. The tree spoke. Hey Murli, what is this Rumba dance? Don't you recognize me? Your classmate Sanjay. What? The desert of his head had become a dense forest. I could not believe he was bald even in our college days. My first words, hello hero, what's the secret? You are also looking like Gajini movie hero Amir Khan. Me? Amir Khan? From which side? I was elated, thinking before interval, this bald Amir Khan. Later I understood he was teasing me with after interval, this bald Amir Khan. Contest chair, panel of judges, and my dear friends, good evening. Good evening. I was filled with questions and envy, but I poked him. Bald is always beautiful. Only people nothing inside wanted to hide the fact. You look old, man. Girls won't look at you. I didn't give up. I save on shampoo, time on drying my hair. He didn't give up. It's a new and best hair treatment called No More Hair Loss. I took the contact details casually as if I did not care. Once back home, I immediately dialed and called to that agent Keshraj, referring Sanjay. As usual, he said his product made from a very rare species of plant from Amazon forest. Every wonder plant seems to be from Brazil. Maybe they sell Qatar wonder plant in Brazil. They use bamboo technology. They had patent, blah, blah, blah. And money back guarantee if not satisfied after 6 months. I was very much impressed, particularly on the money back offer. My dream for long hair started and I bought the product. From the next day, I started massaging my braid. When I applied it to my head, such a smell it gave. I had to sleep alone in the living room. My friends stopped coming near me. Friends okay, but my wife? Sometimes I even fainted, but my wife thought I was napping. Even neighbors felt the sting. Some of them vacated and moved off. But I didn't mind for the smell. But the itch? Too much. I need a rough comb to scratch my head. Luckily, they had included it in the pack. In the office, I acted as if I was thinking deep while scratching. I thought of giving up. Then I remembered the barber. When I told him I need a haircut, he asked, "Which one?" But somehow I am determined to bring back my lost hair. So I started taking photos each day in 4 angles: left, right, top and back. My wife had to find 6 differences between today and yesterday. Otherwise, she had to sleep with me in the stink. At the end of 1 month, there is no much difference except more hair loss. I called Keshu. "Keshu, I am losing more hair than before. Is your medicine working on me?" Correct sign of working, sir. Up to 5.5 months, you will lose hair. After that, within 2 weeks, you will be surprised. You remember the bamboo technology I mentioned? Till 5 years, you can't see the seed growing. After that, within 1 month, it will grow as high as 90 feet. Our medicine also works the same way. 2, 3, 4, 5 months passed, but no difference, except too much itching and daily fighting with the neighbors. From 5.5 months, I started counting each day, checking my mirror and photos for any new hair. At the end of 6 months, left and right, no hair. I called Keshu. He said to refer the terms and conditions. It was a book of 300 pages, bigger than my degree subject books. Keshu, what's your final conclusion? Simple, sir. Provide a customer and take back 50% of your money. What? Even your friend Sanjay referred you the same way. What? Then how come Sanjay got hair? It's a wig from our company. I can get it for you. If you get 2 customers, wig free. I gave up. Now I understood the real meaning of no more hair loss. But I need the wig at least. You need not buy this product. Please give me some references so that I can improve my return on investments. Take it from me. The hair is always thick and dark on the other side. Contest chair.
A good friend of mine gave up smoking, drinking, womanizing, everything in one day. He actually died. And before he died, he used to always tell his wife, "When I die, I'm going to claw my way back from the grave and come and worry you." Yesterday at the funeral, she was the happiest woman, smiling. She had buried him upside down. Now, claw. Talking about death, how many of you would like to come back from the dead in your present form if you were given a chance? Hey, you all seem to be very happy with your present life. I'm one such person, I'm come back from the dead. Don't believe me? No? That's your problem. I came back one afternoon from work feeling very uneasy. I asked the wife, "Honey, which side is the heart?" Typical wife answer, "Which side is paining?" "Don't tell me you lost your job." I said, "Go, please get me some water." And as she went to the kitchen to fetch me some water, I started to get cold, and something began to leave me. And finally it left me, it was my soul. I was dead. But my soul felt so free after 24 years of marriage. It could go anywhere, free to see anything, and above all, read people's mind. So I decided to go to the kitchen where she was pouring me water. She was pouring and thinking, "I hope nothing happens to this guy. He promised me this diamond ring this weekend." From up I said to her, "Honey, forget it, I'm gone." Then she takes the water to where I was seated, finds me cold, not breathing, and she lets off such a scream that even my poor soul was afraid. Hearing her scream, my 2 sons come running. The younger one says, "Mama, is he dead?"
Better check him properly, he has a habit of pretending. The elder one stands a little far and he says, now no one can stop me from having his Rolex. There's commotion everywhere. One of the elders suggests that I should be washed and dressed. The younger one tells him, yeah, please wash him. 4 days he's not had a bath. My mother-in-law, who never cared for me, is all over me and crying, son, who will take care of my daughter's expenses now? From behind, one old fat man stands up, madam, I will do it. And who are you? My name is Virendranath, I am his life insurance agent. Yesterday only he paid a final installment also. My good friend Pedro has come. He gives my wife $1,000 and says, don't accept this, honey. It's not 1,000, it's 10,000. But she gleefully accepts and says, thinking, how many more people did this guy give money to? Ha ha ha, there comes my ravishing Filipina receptionist. She comes and she hugs me straight away and crying, Sir, what happened to you? Only 55, you're so young, sir. Sir, I will miss you. Actually, even I will miss you. But now my wife looks at her and thinking, so you are the reason why I used to come home late every day. That man in the white doctor's coat. Madam, your husband donated his eyes. But why? I don't know, madam. Official reason is, I would like to continue to see beautiful women even after I die. She now looks at me and she's thinking, I thought you'd give up all this even after you died. By now my soul had enough. I decided to find a permanent place. So I went up. Beautiful angels, but not as beautiful as the ladies here today. I said, I'm Toastmaster Sebastian. She said, wow. I said, what wow? No, here there is only one Toastmaster. I said, who? Ralph Smedley. I said, where are the rest? Down there. Where else? And she said, even your name is not here. So I go down. I see a fat, vicious, evil-looking man. And I looked at him, he reminded me of Joseph Stanley. I said, the moment I said our Toastmaster, I said, get out from me! There are already 4 divisions here inside. Toastmaster. I said, you can't be Joseph Stanley. Joseph Stanley likes Toastmasters. So I went to the middle. There was one old man waiting for me. He said, Sebastian, where are you? I've been looking for you. I said, why? My friend, there's been a mistake. I said, really? You are supposed to be here after 17 years. I said, so you all also make mistakes, huh? He said, would you like to go back? I said, yes, please. I got a division contest coming up. And poof, I was back in the body. Now back in the body, I opened my eyes, my wife shut them immediately. Again I opened, that time my son saw. He said, see mama, I told you he was pretending. So I got out of the coffin and I was about to leave. She said, hey, where are you going? Return your coffin, go. I told my son, put it on eBay, 20% discount, slightly used. But he tells me, no, I'll put it on Qatar Living, I'll double the price and put. Chances of coming back are very good. So I got out and went off to Pedro's house. Pedro was reading my obituary. I said, hello Pedro, where is my balance 9,000? Guess what happened? Pedro died! Good thing that happened was, when they made a mistake, they let me come back with a gift of remembering and reading people's mind. Only 2 categories not allowed. One is the wife, and the other is the judges here today. I can't read their minds. So now do you believe I'm back? That still is your problem. To understand, I know exactly what you are thinking. Over to you.
Okay.
So an accountant went to the shop and bought a cooking oil. He asked him, he's a shopkeeper, he asked the shopkeeper, no, I have to get something, free, something should come free. He said, no, nothing comes free, you have to just pay the money and go back. He said, no, something is free, I saw the bottle, something free. He said, oh, cholesterol is free.
So, that whenever you come for any meeting, my speech is free. So, what hearty means? It means warm-hearted Toastmasters, exuberant. Hearty appetite also. All of us are fatty. The whole division council, except ladies, are hearty. But what goes with heartiness is optimism. Optimism. And optimism, when they say, Helen Keller said, optimism is the faith that leads to achievement. So remain to be hearty. Division H maybe, next year, maybe another age, but remain that have the qualities. Second thing, hasty. You agree with that? Even our test speaker said hasty, we are in the age of hastiness. And I saw the day he was elected, our Joseph Stanley, he was a man in a hurry. Hastiness again, it's defined as speedy, hurried and all. So again, hastiness, Maxim Gorky. You heard of Maxim Gorky? It's a very famous author. He said, when work is a pleasure, life is a joy. When work is a pleasure, life is a joy. When work is a duty, life is a slavery. So he enjoys his position as a division governor, division director. So that is a man in a hurry. Correct? All of you want to achieve a lot of things. But again, you heard about Thomas Alva Edison. What did he say? 1,000 times? Anybody say that? Yeah. When he invented bulb, 1,000 times I knew how not to do the right thing. How to do the. Sorry?
1,000 ways.
Okay. Is it correct? Today's word? What is it? When blended, it's a pleasure to hear. It's a combination of tones. When blended, it's a pleasure to hear. So he is a good leader. A good leadership means that harmony. No matter, you can have a healthy disagreement. But finally, it all should lead to the objectives or goals. And if the objectives and goals are achieved, as a division, as a district, we are doing what is needed as a leader. So leadership is all about what's our district goal, district or mission, statement.
Get for the club as a member or whatever it is. That's what you do. Can you have a big round of applause for Rajesh to bring in the constitution? Please, thank you. We work behind to make it special. I request all the role players who are there today as a take a role of a timer or tally counter. I request everyone to come over here, please. Timers, tally counters, please come on stage. Give them a big round of applause because they are a volunteer to take Division H Harmony in the special, please. On the stage, please. Thank you. You are going to come to stairs for today's event. Ibrahim, Sheila. In the morning segment, we have Lata, Shesha. Yeah? That's second. Quite a lot. Winners on the front row, please. Guys, make it the action show. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Yay!